Hello, and welcome to FrameLab, the podcast about politics, language, and your brain, with me, Gil Duran, and Dr. George Lakoff. In this brief installment of the podcast, we discuss Elon Musk's plans to destroy government with $2 trillion in cuts to the federal budget, and how to reframe destruction of government by Elon. Elon Musk has really succeeded in getting everyone to call his effort to destroy the American government the Department of Government Efficiency. And this is an Orwellian name, right?
Primary example.
A primary example of an Orwellian frame, which is, if people don't know, it's when you give something a name that means the opposite of what it says. So when Bush had the Clean Skies Act and it was helping to pollute the air, or in George Orwell's 1984, the motto for Big Brother is war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. It's when you come up with this propaganda term to mislead and confuse people about what a thing does. And so by calling it DOGE or DOGE, so there's two meanings to it, right? DOGE is this crypto scam that he's been invested in for many years and has caused it to surge because he keeps talking about it and says he's investing in it. And he's applied this acronym to this project to slash government. And I think a better meaning of DOGE is destruction of government by Elon, or the destruction of government experiment. And every time you see a newspaper or anybody, a Democratic opponent of Elon Musk, using Department of Government Efficiency, they are helping Elon Musk. And not only that, they are helping him lie to the American people. And here's another part of that. He can't just create a department. The Congress has to create a Department of Government. So by even calling it a department, you're lying, right? And so I think that here's a great example of how something gets framed in this Orwellian language, and then everybody just falls in line and accepts it and repeats it and uses the given name. So I want to officially propose that we call it the destruction of government by Elon, or the destruction of government experiment. What do you think of that, George? And what would you tell people about Orwellian language?
Government means the use of governmental power for the benefit of most people, most ordinary people. And that's not what Elon means by government. Elon means the use of government to enrich him and other real rich people. Now, those are two different goals, and it would be nice to just say it. The point is that this is about Elon and fellow billionaires getting richer and richer. It means the richest guy in the world.
And it's about, I think, the long-running Republican goal of privatization, privateering, turning government functions into sources of private control and profit. If you look at it, they're trying to privatize the military and basically make Silicon Valley the new capital of the military-industrial complex. Obviously, Elon Musk privatizing space travel with SpaceX, basically undermining NASA, wants to take that job and that function and that revenue stream for himself. We're going to see them try to take down the Department of Education, harm public education, because privatized education is a huge goal of the right wing.
This woman from wrestling who's who's into the head of the Department of Education. Look, the idea there is that any area is about, for Elon and Republicans in general, is about making private profit. And for Democrats, it's about maximizing public good.
There's always been some degree to which private companies contract with the government for some part of what was the public duty or public work. But I think what we're looking for is an absolute realignment toward privateering and privatization, not to mention the elimination of all kinds of government jobs and personnel, which is a huge goal of Republicans also, to shrink government down to the size that it can be drowned in a bathtub, was the old saying. And apparently it's Vladimir Putin's bathtub we're going to drown it in. But this shrinking of government.
Who said that?
What was his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Grover Norquist.
Grover Norquist, yes.
Said, we want a government that's small enough to drown in a bathtub. And the idea is they're going to cut $2 trillion from the federal budget. And there's no way to do that without making some deep, painful cuts to the public good and the public protection that the American people are really going to feel. And so this is about destruction. This is not about efficiency, because the claim is that government is more efficient when it doesn't exist.
Look, the thing about Musk is he's got a single fundamental lie. Right? He's going to save $3 trillion by making government more efficient. What he's really going to do is save by taking government away from helping people. And the point is that that's not efficiency. The idea is that you're more efficient if you spend less money getting the same thing done. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. The point is that that's not really what's going to happen.
So you're saying that Musk says he's going to save $2 trillion in efficiency, and what he's really saying is he's going to take $2 trillion away from things that help and support and protect the American people.
That's exactly right.
And so when people accept the framing of Department of Government Efficiency, they are hiding the fact that it's actually the destruction of government by Elon. And we hope people will think a little more carefully before they adopt these ridiculous terms and use them, because they are basically adopting Orwellian language and effectively misinforming people and helping Elon Musk to win, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question is, how do Democrats counter that? And one thing you just said, it's government by Elon.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, start framing it. First of all, call it a different name. Don't call it the name that they give it. Right? Don't accept the frame because it expresses the opposition's values. It contains the entire lie. And when you repeat that name, you're just repeating the lie every time. The more you repeat the lie, the more it's real. And no matter what happens, people are going to start believing that this has something to do with efficiency rather than destruction.
Department of Government by Elon, the world's richest man.
Yeah. There are many variations, and we challenge our listeners to find some of their own and let us know what they are. Well, George, that's all for today, and we'll talk soon.